Now let's just discuss the question answers. Now the first, on the basis of your understanding of the poem, take the best option for the answers. So the first question in this is where is the setting of the poem? So we all know that the setting of the poem. So the first option is given is in an old age home. So obviously it's not an old age home, as the lady was just crossing the road. She was on the road. Now the second option, in the poet's neighborhood. Not at all. The third one, outside the poet's school. We can't say poet's school, as the merry troopers were also going, even the trams and even the cars and all the traffic also was there. So I think it is the fourth one, on the busy street. So wherever it's a busy street, you can find school children also coming out and the other people also. So the correct option is the fourth one, on the busy street. Here I've written this, the fourth one. Now the second question in this, what was the woman's fear? So she was scared of crossing the road. And why? Her old age, the traffic, obviously it was the traffic. The winter, obviously it was because of winter, because it was very cold and she was shivering. And her old age, that means all the three. So the fourth one, all of the above. Again the fourth one. So you can tick mark this. Now the next question is, why was it difficult for the woman to cross the road? In the second option, where the question what was the woman's fear? So all these things we can include. Her old age, the traffic was the fear, even the winter, and all these three things we can include. So why was it difficult for the woman to cross? Is it was difficult for the woman to cross as her legs were quite feeble. She was very weak and she was old. The busy street, even the slippery street because of the snow and water everywhere. Moreover, the place was crowded, obviously. So therefore the woman, and she was quite scared to cross the road. So all these things we can include. The next question, who helped the old lady? So who was there to help the old lady? Obviously it was the soldier. So one of the soldiers of the merry troop, who was the gayest laddie of the group. So he was the one to help this old lady. So we can write this in the answer. Now the next question, what was his reason of helping? So what was his reason? His actual reason was that this man is a very noble man. His intentions were very clear and very good intentions. So when he saw this old lady, he thought that it reminded of his own mother, and that is why he wanted to help her. Okay. Now because she was old and she was poor also, people usually they don't help poor people if they are wearing bad, dirty clothes or torn clothes. People don't even bother to touch them. But this boy, this soldier, he never bothered all this. In fact, he thought that she is a mother, somebody's mother, and he thought that it is his duty to help her. So that if he is helping this old lady, one day, even if his mother becomes old, if she becomes poor, you don't know what conditions or what situations might be, So this boy, he thought of helping this old lady. So by helping the old lady, he thought that his own mother will also be helped by someone when he is not near her. So that means his intentions were very good. Now the last one is simile. So we have to pick up the simile from this poem and then you have to explain that. That's the last question. So the simile is, came the boy like a flock of sheep. I told you when we were doing that poem explanation, I told you this line, that came the boy like a flock of sheep. So like a flock of sheep. Now here the boys are compared to the flock of sheep. So here the boys are compared to flock of sheep. When the flock of sheep move, it moves aimlessly, They move here and there. They don't have any aim where to go. They just keep on moving. Just like the school boys, as they also rushed and moved carelessly without bothering about the old lady. See, now I'll be giving you these questions in the end. You can copy it down whenever you get in time. You can just have a look how you're going to write in your fair copies. Name of the poem, by, write the poet's name. Then first question will be difficult words which I'll be giving you. Word meanings, even the word meanings I'll give you. So first question, second question is word meaning. Third question, make sentences. For make sentences, I'll be just giving you words. You have to write your own word meaning, make sentences. Then question answers. Question answers, again I'll be giving you, you can just copy it down. So there are 4 questions which you will be doing. Now related to your homework. There's one crossword puzzle in your book that you will have to do on page number, I think, 30. So page number 30, of your book, there's a crossword puzzle. Okay, that is related to the relationships, or so that you have to, if you are, you must see the clues there. Clues are given, no? Like it is all like this. So number 1 and all these. Okay, so number 2 here. So you just have to see the clues, and according to that you have to complete that crossword puzzle. In the next period, I'll tell you the answers of that crossword puzzle also. In the end, on page number 37 of your book, this one, art corner, I want you to make a photo frame. See, making a photo frame. Gifts to express love and care are often inexpensive, yet very touching. These can be made out of used cans, matchbox sticks. You can even make paper strips and all, and then join them, color it. Okay, and even see the ice cream sticks. Quilling also you can use. So anything, it depends on your creativity. Even some colored ribbons, okay, satin ribbons and all you can use. You can just make paper flowers to make a photo frame, and make a photo frame and stick. I want you to stick a picture of your grandparents, okay, and then you must put it somewhere where everybody can see that. So this is the activity which I am giving you. You must do, and then underneath that photograph you must write few lines, okay, that how much you love your grandparents. So this is an activity which I think we all must do it, okay, and this is how it will show that how much feelings you have for your elders at home. So make a creative and cost effective photo frame, okay, no need to purchase anything. Whatever you have in your house, use those only. Photo frame for someone in your family or a friend, but no, I want you to make a photo frame for your grandparents only at home. If you don't have grandparents, then obviously your parents you can make, and just hang it somewhere where everybody can see it. Now children, let me tell you, the next week what we are going to do is we are going to read this new chapter, that is A Day in the Country. I want you to read this chapter at home. Whenever you get time, just give 10 minutes, 20 minutes in the day, whenever you're free, in the morning or in the evening, so that you can improve your reading also. And if you read, obviously you will understand. It is only when you give a try, something constructive can happen. Okay, and then in the end, if some homework is there, like I'll be giving you some homework also. So after this, you can complete your homework, whatever the homework I'll be giving you. So this homework I've already told you, it is the crossword puzzle on page number 30 of this book. Okay, crossword puzzle. It's very interesting, you will be able to do. You can find the spellings from the dictionary also if you have any problem. So that you will, when you will be opening your dictionary, at least few words you will have a look at it. Okay. So this, don't forget to read this chapter, A Day in the Country. So in the next week we will be completing this chapter, and even question answers will be completing. So please give a try, do some reading, and so see you next week. Thank you.